This is the new iPhone 16 Pro Max, which kind of looks like the old iPhone 15 Pro Max. This is the newest Galaxy S24 Ultra, which kind of looks like the older S23 Ultra. Now, if you're watching this, you're either a tech fan who wants all the goss, all the tea, which one of these is better, which one sucks, or you're genuinely curious on which one to buy. To the former group, both of these are actually pretty great. Having said that, here's my message to the latter group. I understand why this is a hard choice. Let me try to help. Again, from the top, let's look at them from the outside. The iPhone design hasn't changed much since the 12. The sides are flat, they are now titanium coated, and their corners are beveled, so it feels very nice to hold. It's definitely a premium accessory. The unique selling point of the iPhone 16 series is the new camera control button. And as a selling point, I don't care for it too much. It's in an awkward spot for both vertical and horizontal use. You can already kind of use the action button in the same way, and it presses with a hard click, which is just a no-no for shutter buttons. Samsung also has titanium coating on the frame. The sides are a bit more rounded or arced, the top and bottom are completely flat, and the phone itself has a more stark rectangular look to it. So, two selling points here. One, the Galaxy S24 Ultra has the exclusive Gorilla Armor front glass display, which reduces screen glare by 70%. It is awesome. I recently even wrote an article about it because I've been using the Galaxy S24 Ultra for about 8 months now. No micro scratches on the screen, and the anti-reflective coating still makes it look awesome. Now, I'm not saying that the iPhone 16 Pro Max is unusable under sunlight or something. In fact, it gets very bright and it's very usable, but using a phone with less reflection from the glass is just a whole different experience. The colors, the sharpness just pop out at you in a whole new way. Second selling point on the S24 Ultra, the S Pen. I realize that most smartphone users don't use this and can't imagine using a stylus, but if you're at least curious about trying it, you owe yourself to try the S Pen. Hands down, still the best stylus to ship with a phone. There is a big difference on how you unlock these. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has Face ID, which means you just look at it. Pretty cool, but some people are ride or die for a fingerprint scanner. The S24 Ultra has a scanner under the glass. It's pretty good too. Moving on to the hardware. The iPhone 16 Pro Max comes with a new A18 Pro processor, supposedly an improvement on last year's A17 Pro, which had a bit of an issue with overheating. And yeah, it is better. Notably, when we stress test it, it does give us a peak result and then quickly drops off to maintain stability, but once it settles, it's pretty stable and gives us good performance. The Galaxy S24 Ultra is a bit more gradual in throttling, which is cool, but it does eventually end up with a lower score than the iPhone. The good news is that both of these processors are very competent. Don't worry too much about benchmark scores. They are fast and snappy and can run anything from the App Store and the Play Store. But it does come to what you can find on the App Store and Play Store. Apple has been doing a bit of a push into gaming recently, and you've got actual console games coming to the iPhone. Assassin's Creed, Resident Evil, Death Stranding, pretty big names in gaming. And Android still hasn't answered that, which I find a bit weird. On the positive side, for the S24 Ultra, it does do more with the processing power that it has. Split screen apps, floating windows, multitasking galore, and you can hook it up to an external monitor to use the phone as a computer thanks to the Samsung DeX system. It's a push and pull, a give and take. As we're talking about software here, you will also find a lot of the same photo editing tools in both phones, like you can tap and hold on a subject to automatically crop it out of a photo and make it into a sticker. Fun fact, this is how I make YouTube thumbnails with my face. I was actually in the bathroom for that shot. And also, AI. Apple Intelligence is still coming, TM. But here's what we know about it. It won't add anything quite new or groundbreaking. Image generation, text composing assistance sort of things, Siri is getting smarter, you're getting ChatGPT integration, even though there is a ChatGPT app. among some other things which we've seen from other platforms before. Samsung already has Galaxy AI in place on its latest smartphones and tablets. Again, text and note summaries, text generation, live translation. Whichever one of these you get, you will not go, "Oh wow, this AI has just changed my life." It's an over-marketed feature set that doesn't really do all that much. As you can tell, I'm very bearish on AI on phones, but we'll see what happens in the future. For now, don't worry about it. Now, of course, the biggest deal about flagship phones are still pretty much the cameras. Now, the iPhone didn't receive that many upgrades. The ultra-wide camera has a high-res 48 megapixel sensor, but in general, its camera performance looks and feels a lot like the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is fine because it was already a staple of the industry. The photographic styles have been upgraded and you can fine-tune them, and these will be fun to play with for a while. And video recording is still excellent on the iPhone for sure, and that's the selling point. Live portrait mode looks awesome, the stabilization is awesome, and the recorded sound is, you guessed it, very good. The new audio mix editor really does some magic for talking head videos, and you can honestly start your influencer career with just this phone. Guys, just a very quick video to test out the audio mix with. It's a bit echoey in the kitchen. I'm gonna talk in this direction, I'm gonna talk in this direction, and we're gonna quickly edit it now. The Galaxy S24 Ultra cameras are also, surprise, great. Samsung made some, in my opinion, great improvements from the S23 to the S24 series. The photos now look more realistic, details are not over-sharpened, and dynamics are flattened in a very tasteful way, so they look more real. Well, the greens are still a bit saturated, but that is a Samsung style. The selling point here is the 100 times zoom. I'm not going to ask why you would need that. Probably bird watching, don't tell me. Of course, it's digital zoom, so at the full 100x it's not great, but at up to 50 times magnification it's not bad. It can take a photo for social media, for example. The short of it is that you can trust both of these phone cameras to capture your family events, your holiday trips, or quirky pet photos in great quality. But if you're leaning towards video or content creation, I would face slightly towards the iPhone. Speaking of content, let's speak about the speakers. As I said, I've been using the Galaxy S24 Ultra for 8 months now, and I've been very happy with the speakers. Good bass, decent representation in the mids, no harshness, and good volume. Then I heard the iPhone 16 Pro Max and wow, these are good speakers. They're loud, they compress less, much less than the S24 Ultra, they have a meteor lower mid-range and a sweeter presence. I'm sorry, this year Apple just takes it. Fantastic speakers on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So in the end, which one is better? Which one should you buy? I've praised the iPhone in a couple of sections, I've praised the Galaxy in a couple more. Which one is better? None of them is. They are both the apex predators of their respective jungles, iOS, Android. Honestly, you can just go out and buy the one that looks better to you and you'll still be fine. Obviously, if you're more into the Apple ecosystem with a Mac, an iPad, if you want an Apple Watch, the iPhone makes perfect sense, of course. If you're more into multitasking, or you find the idea of hand drawing or writing appealing, or you're interested in the DeX system, the Galaxy S24 Ultra, it's great. But in 2024, we're really not tied down. Like, I have a Mac, an iPad, then a Windows PC, and I use a Galaxy S24 Ultra phone. There are still solutions and apps to sync and share items between them. I still can't use an Apple Watch, but oh well. Did I help you? I feel like I didn't help. Get the one that looks better. Bye. Oh, subscribe and like. Bye. Oh.